Good morning, everybody, and I'm going to turn it over to Beth.
Good morning. I'm Bev Yankwich, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our first demo artist for today, Ron Malone. Ron took a beginner's watercolor painting class in September of 2015, and he was hooked. He has painted almost every day since. He tried many subjects and found portraits the most challenging, yet the most enjoyable to paint. Most of his private studio time is spent experimenting with the many materials, styles, and techniques watercolor painting offers. His greatest breakthrough came after attending Ted Nuttall's workshops. He created a color schematic of his paint palette and realized that he had a vast array of colors, values, and intensities available to him. At that point, he was using maybe 10% of his palette's potential. His style today can be described in a few words: realistic, yet very colorful. He greatly enjoys holding workshops and sharing his approach to his watercolor painting. Ron is a signature member of Florida Watercolor Society and a signature member of the Georgia Watercolor Society. It's my pleasure to introduce Ron Malone. Hey, Ron. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed watching you paint that portrait. I think it's beautifully done. And thank you for sharing your expertise with us. We do have a few questions here, so I'll get started because we don't have a lot of time left. Okay. Well, somebody asked if you could share your colors as you were using them. And I just want to explain that these demos are recorded, so there's no way we can change anything that's happening during the demo. So the first question is, a couple of people asked this, how do you project your image onto the watercolor paper? Okay. And when you're talking about color, are you talking about color temperature as well as value? Okay. And are you using the same palette as Ted Nuttall? Okay. Let's see. What was the total time that it took you to actually do the painting? All right. And do you ever use a squirt bottle to soften the lines? Okay. Oh, good, because a lot of people were asking about your color palette, the colors that you used, the brand that you used, and if you could supply a list of those things. All right. And the color in the hair, on the video, it kind of appears to be a greenish shade. What color did you actually use in her hair? All right. Do you paint flat or on an angle? Right. And your background, you had mentioned the color Persian blue. Is there, or were you referring to Prussian blue, or is there a Persian blue? And somebody wanted to know, how do you know when you're done? Right. Okay. And did you make the pencil marks darker for the sake of doing a demo, or are they usually that dark? Okay. And the last dark red that you applied, do you remember what color that was? The last dark red that you applied, I think it was on the face. And those, right. And the colors that you mentioned, were those pretty much all the same colors that you used to do the whole face, only layered? And somebody asked if you mask. I didn't see any masking fluid, so I. Yeah, you did. Thank you. Well, unfortunately, I think our time is up. Thank you, Juan, so much for such a wonderful demo. You are.
Thank you, Ron. And now we're going to go to trade show time. And Matt's going to play